Testing your tank's water parameters, likely not something that's high on your priority list, but something that needs to be done. And I'm here with Rabia from Reef Kinetics with a ReefBot showing me how we can automate testing on your tank with your test kit. Tell me about this thing, Rabia.
Well, this is the ReefBot from Reef Kinetics. It's connected directly to your tank with the first hose. The second hose is for RODI water, and the third one is for waste. Whenever you start test from the app, it's schedule or test now, whatever. It will pull water from your tank and put it in the reaction chamber, mix it with whatever reagent after stirring it, and you will get your result to the app, directly to the app.
And I can use my test kits?
Yeah, you can use whatever test kit that you are using to do usually, from famous brands.
Giesman, Nios, API?
Yes, API, Saltwater, Red Sea, you can use them.
Okay.
Liquid reagents, not powder, and it will do the test for you.
So how many tests can it run?
You can put here 8 vials. It depends on the number of reagent per test kit. Let's say if Saltwater KH use 2, so you can put 4 tests.
But only liquid reagents?
Liquid reagents, yeah.
Okay, so if it has a powder step,
no,
we can't use it?
You can't use it, but you can do it manually and just enter it in the app, manual result, and you can store for the logging.
And I can see those results over time, graph them?
Yeah, you can see here with the graph and everything in it.
Now, do I need a controller to run this?
No, it's an open API, so you can connect it to whatever controller you want.
And I don't need one to run, it'll stand on its own?
Yeah, it's standalone.
And this is available in the United States?
Yeah, it will be available very soon through Coral View.
Give me an idea of what we're looking like in terms of time to run a test.
It depends on the test kit, usually from 15-20 minutes to 1 hour. It depends on how complex is the test.
And some of these test kits want you to shake the bottle.
You have a magnetic stirrer now.
So this is truly automated?
Yeah, everything is automated. It's a robot that can automate whatever you're doing manually, it can automate it.
And I'm anywhere in the world, I can say run a test, and it runs a test?
It will run a test and send you the result in notifications.
So I get a notification that the test is done.
Yeah.
Here's what I get.
Yes.
It's almost too easy. And I get the freedom and the flexibility to use the test kits that I like to use.
You like, yep.
And to top it all off, if I want to integrate it with my controller, it's got an open API if we can do it.
Open API, yes.
Well, this looks like a great way to use the test kits that you like to get the results that you want without having to do all the work of testing it, shaking vials, and all that stuff.
Yeah, everything is automated.
Automation that will test my tank's water with the test kits I want to use and report those results to me wherever I am in the world? Yeah, I'm interested. One part of MACNA is seeing new gear and learning how it can help your tank. Another important part of MACNA is getting real facts straight from the horse's mouth.
Closing of fisheries is high on the hobbyist minds and on lots of forum conversations. I'm here with Walt Smith. Walt, tell me what's going on in Fiji.
It's a little complicated. What's going on is on December 27th, 2017, they imposed a ban on our export, on the export of coral and live rock. That ban stayed in place until March 7th, 2018, while we dealt with the fisheries and convinced them of our sustainability and all of that. So then the power went from the Department of Fisheries to the Department of Environment, who issued the CITES permits.
Okay.
It turns out that the Department of Environment weren't willing to just start operating again or give us the permission to do so. It was obvious how sustainable our harvest was compared to what we were actually growing in the ocean on our coral farms. We can grow up to 90,000 pieces of coral a year. It generally sits around 60,000, but we only have CITES for 40,000. So in any case, we're actually growing more coral than we export. The Department of Environment took question to that. They weren't really sure if what we were telling them was true. There's been no factual document made on the subject of our sustainability, according to them.
Okay.
We had a stack that I brought into the department that was probably about that high of reports and papers by well-known scientists from all over the world. But I think what's happening right now is Fiji is a signature to COP23. And COP23 is the global warming initiative signed in Paris. Our prime minister just last year was named president of COP23.
Okay.
So we're also faced with the uphill battle of having him to decide whether he should shut down an industry that harvests coral off the reef or let us continue. And I think that's the battle that's going on within government that we're not, privileged to.
Okay.
When this is going to be settled, we have no idea. It's been 9 months now. We've had to lay off about 200 of our employees. That affects a lot of families in Fiji. A family can maybe only have one person working in the household. That one person is supporting up to 10 or more people.
Wow.
So it's really affected a great segment of the population.
So what's happening with the farms? All your coral in the ocean, just sitting there?
Well, pretty much they're sitting there now. We have the aid program, which has taken over most of the farm sites. We have 9 farm sites total, and the aid program is operating 7 of those. And we're continuing to grow coral. However, up until just recently, WSI, the parent company, was the main supporter of the aid program. All of the funding for the aid program came directly from our company. With our company not existing anymore or not exporting anymore, there's no income. So we had to reach out to donors. Luckily, we had some very generous donors, and we're starting this year with scientific reports being made. We have scientists coming in from Perth, Australia, who's going to do a large study and document it all by film, which will give us the vehicle to go to larger donors.
So you're hoping to kind of a bottom-up approach to this, show them what you're doing, document and improve it.
Right.
Hopefully this will change some minds.
If that has a positive effect on Walt International, that's fine. But what I'm mainly concerned with now is making aid a functional nonprofit organization that actually does some good and benefits the reef.
Got it. And hopefully things turn around with the government as they start to learn more about it.
We hope. We live and we pray.
Right.
That's what the end result is. We have no idea what our future is at this time.
Having personally set foot in Walt's facility and owning some of his corals, I'm taking a closer look at the Aid Foundation to see how I can help. While you can't currently buy coral from Fiji, there is a cost-effective solution for you to help get your corals the flow they need.
Rossmont is known for taking an AC pump and making it controllable. It's now spread out into the return pump market. But I'm curious, why even spend the time on an AC pump when we have all these DC pumps on the market that are controllable?
Well, there are a couple facts that are very important in my personal opinion, which is the first one is that we don't have a power supply. And not having a power supply means that we don't have something which can fail in time. Okay, but the most effective reason of having an AC pump rather than a DC pump is that an AC pump can't lose power while going. For example, when a DC pump is going and a rotor gets dirty, it starts friction,
Okay.
so it results in a slowdown in speed, in flow rate. So people normally buy larger return pumps or larger stream pumps simply because they know that after a while the pump will lose power.
Your pump does, AC pump
It
does
can't because it's a synchronous motor and it's designed to work at 60 hertz. It can't work at 59 hertz. And you can also ask me about why you should control an AC pump rather than having a ball valve to reduce the flow. And my answer is that with an AC pump, if you just reduce the power by adjusting the ball valve, you will have the pump at maximum power, so the power consumption will be higher. Rather than having controlling the pump by the waver, so you will reduce the speed of rotation and you will adjust actually the flow rate without the need of a ball valve.
So the pump's using less power, we're getting less flow.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's saving you money.
Exactly, saving you money at the end of the day. And I think it's important by that fact, but also controlling a pump will allow you to calibrate with our system, will allow you to calibrate the minimum level of the pump so you can program your feeding time. Your pump won't never switch off. It will just go to its minimum power, and you won't waste any food into the sump. You won't have your sump being dirty in 2 weeks, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you won't have any air bubble getting into the main tank from the sump.
So now we have an AC pump that's controllable.
Yeah.
We can turn it down, less power,
Yeah.
less potential items for fail by not having the power brick.
Yeah.
And we have a good flow rate because you said this was above how many gallons an hour?
Oh, this is the new one, and it's the largest of the range extension of the Riser RX, and this is 2,300 gallons per hour,
2,300 gallons an hour. How many watts?
and it's approximately 110 watts,
Okay.
and it has over 15 feet of head pressure,
Okay.
a maximum.
And then we have two more models below it.
Yeah,
So now we have an AC controllable in-tank pump, an AC controllable return pump, and now an AC controllable skimmer.
exactly.
All
exactly.
done through the waiver.
Exactly. Exactly.
And we can do this off an app without the need for power bricks.
That's right. That's right. That's right. The application is downloadable from Google Play Store or Apple Store, actually, and it's called Rossmont InTouch.
And it's made in Italy, not made in China.
No, absolutely. We do produce everything in Italy, and you know that the stream pumps, the mover pumps, has 3 years of warranty.
That's great that you're creating a reliable product and you're standing behind it as well. I like to see that.
Yeah.
Good job. Missed out on MACNA 2018? Well, look forward to MACNA 2019, August 30th through September 1st in Orlando, Florida. The question is, are you going to MACNA 2019? We'll see you there.